Dubai is an evil city. It can eat you up, chew you up, spit you out, and you're on a plane back home to Heathrow, back to your admin job. Where I am in Dubai now, very salesy role. They expect you to make certain number of calls. Like yourself, I can be given a list, and there's probably a lot of money in that list. But for me, when I message someone, so in Dubai, people know when a real estate agent's calling. For some reason, they sense it. So they never pick up the phone. Next best thing is a lot of business is done on WhatsApp. People will send a WhatsApp message. I don't do that nonsense. I grab the video straight, and I'm sending these guys a personal video. Hey, it's James here. You may not know me, but I want to get to know you. This is what I do. Look, your inquiry came in. It inquired about this, this, and this. I'm not here to sell you anything. Give me 5 minutes of your time. Let's just have a chat. Let me see how I can help you. You don't have to do anything with me. And the amount of times I've seen a double blue tick on a video, then a written message or an audio message has been phenomenal. And they actually use that as an example in the training. The cars readily available. You can hire cars very easily. It's easier to hire a Ferrari out there than it is to hire a Nissan Qashqai, as I've had trouble hiring one in the UK here myself.
So how much does it cost to rent a Lambo or something in English money?
So you could have it for 5,000 dirhams. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, about £1,000, and you'll get a good few days out of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I know here it's probably a lot more, right? I've never hired a Lambo or anything.
I think it's like 2-3 grand or something for a weekend.
Yeah.
It costs around that sort of figure. I've never looked into it, but I've always wanted to drive a Lambo.
Yeah.
And be in a Lambo. I can't comprehend getting one and buying one and maintaining it and a clutch for £6,000 a year and silliness like that. I couldn't sort of get my head around that, but I'd love to just get a thrill of it at least.
Yes.
The one time I did go on a racing car track, that was the only car that was broken down was the Lambo. So I still didn't get it. Let's go to Dubai, man, and rent a few cars there.
But you know what? Don't be phased, because there are a lot of people, especially in the gyms. You'll see the Instagrammers in the gym as well. They'll join the biggest gym there. They'll have their video equipment and they're filming. So I think there are a lot of people in Dubai that have a lot of wealth. There's a lot of people that just live mediocre lives there as well. Go to work. They got very good jobs. And then there's these people that create this false Instagram hey, look at me, man. I'm a life coach. I'm this. Bollocks, you're nothing. I see it day in, day out. People aren't shy in Dubai, You'll regularly see people with their cameras out doing TikToks. I've seen it in sales centers when I'm there with a client, showing them a prospective property. And you've got some Indian agents from India. They've got an Indian track on in the background and they're doing a stupid dance. I think, damn, man, nobody cares out there. Everybody just goes about their business. But don't let it fool you. There are people that are making serious paper, but then there's people that are faking it too as well. I walked in here, you said to me, this is going to be a great podcast because we're very similar. You get it, right? And I think you just need to meet someone and you vibe off somebody straight away within, I reckon, no more than a minute.
Yeah.
And if you're going to vibe off this person or not, or this person's going to annoy you for the next couple of hours. I've had it where I've had podcast guests that just want to overspeak you all the time, and it gets quite annoying. But I think the biggest thing people need to do is obviously do your due diligence, check out their company. It's very easy to do this kind of stuff. Maybe not that easy in Dubai, but in the UK, you can jump onto Companies House, you can jump on here, you can run their name through Google, and you'll find out what's going on. But I think the biggest thing is, let's say, for example, it's a real estate agent. Go and meet the person. Go and sit with that person and have a coffee with them for 10 minutes. And you're going to know straight away if this person is desperate to sell to you or if this person is really there to help you, And one of the things I do straight away when I meet a client is I say to them, look, for the next 2 hours you're with me, I'm not going to try and sell you anything. If at the end of 2 hours you buy, great for me. I make a good commission. If you don't buy, I'm not going to be upset. I have a portfolio that pays me every single month. I'm not desperate to sell you something. And I think a client can very easily sense desperation. You can sense desperation in Dubai. I did an Instagram post recently where I said there's 15 to 16,000 brokers. I actually got that wrong. Somebody commented and said, no, James, there's like 40,000 now. 40,000 commission-only brokers in Dubai right now. Imagine every single one of them has to sell something to eat. So desperation kicks in at some point because the